Hello and good afternoon guys, welcome to MK Convenience Brokerage. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to fill out another application. Another application is an application where a person applies a visa to go into Pakistan. Rather than going to the embassy, now you could apply online, which is really easy, really self-sufficient, and you don't have to go in long lines and get yelled by them or get confused on what's going on. It's simple. There are certain restrictions that who could really apply and who cannot apply, but that will be for another video, and I'll try to explain to you in this video hopefully. So obviously the first thing first, if you are let's say living overseas and you want to apply for another application, the first thing you need to do is obviously go to the website. If you just go on Google and click nadra.gov.pk, the first thing that should pop up is going to be the Nadra application site. You click on it, you're going to go in. Now every website you go in, you'll have to make an account. You'll see an option to create an account over there. You create an account. Once the account is created, obviously on your name, the one that's applying, you create it. Then you're going to go to the step of application, what you see on screen. This is a printed copy of this application. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to go online to see it, and I should say I didn't get a chance to go online and do the application itself to show to you guys. Basically, this is just a printed version of what they'll ask you. This is what they're going to ask me. This is what should I get started. I will show you on my next video on how to fill out the application. But this is something that before you apply, I want you to know what they're going to be asking you and what information you need. So you'll be ready and you'll have everything on it. So obviously the first thing first, once you create an account and everything, you're gonna go to the screen. What you see over here is the same exact thing what you're gonna see over there on the computer application. So you'll have to pay a fee. It's a $49 fee. It does change it from from country to country. Obviously whatever $49 equals to Pakistani rupees, and you're gonna be going from there. You have to upload a picture application. The picture application it could be from anywhere between like 2x2, like a passport style white background. Make sure it is a white background. You don't want to get picture to be rejected or anything like that. I highly recommend you make sure everything is correct. Once you have that, you're gonna go to to upload the application with a picture. Once you paid the fee, you're gonna have your tracking ID as well. Before I forget, the tracking ID is basically gonna let you know where it's a unique ID. Every applicant, once you create an account, automatically get registered with a tracking ID. That tracking ID is going to let you know, it's going to be able to communicate with them as well where your application is going. Once you fill this out, usually the next page will ask you where do you want your card to be delivered. Not the page where it says over here. So you want to make sure where your card want to be delivered is where you want it to be delivered. Obviously, if you're living in overseas, you want to put down permanent address. If you're living overseas, you want the card to be delivered overseas. If you want to deliver to where you are, you could deliver to where you are. What the permanent address will be printed on the card. It will be what you put. Keep in mind, that's one of the main things. Make sure you also give them your email as well, so you can do this. Usually then they're gonna ask you for the mother's detail, mother's name, mother's citizen number. Now for some reason, if you don't have the mother's citizen number or you don't have your father's citizen number and they never applied it, so they're supposed to apply first. The thing, it works like this. If your mom and dad lives with you, they're from Pakistan region, they never had another ID card, they're supposed to apply first. The reason I'm telling you this because your card is verifying based on their purposes. If they don't have it, how are they going to verify you? Now, even they had the regular card in Pakistan where there's like identification license with them, if they have that will work. Even though they never applied for it, that's considered as Nadra as well. They need that in order for them to do that, because you will also upload their pictures in the end of the what I'll show you in the end of the scene. You need that information. Without that, it's going to be complicated because they're going to ask you that question and it's going to be in red and you can't go next. So keep this in mind. You do need your mom's and dad's Nadra ID card. If you're doing it for yourself, you or your parents already have it, then obviously everything's going to go smoothly. But if you don't have it, now it's not going to go no more smoothly anymore. So keep in mind, I'm telling you based on my experience. I've done it. I applied for other people. I applied for myself. I know how this works. So keep in mind. Now, unless they change the process, I cannot guarantee you how they do it, because they might change it. I might not know about it. I will always recommend asking them as well. The passport details over here on this screen tells you the purpose of stay. passport number. You do need a passport, number and everything. Now, like I said, these are different scenarios. Now, what about if you don't have a passport number? Well, guess what? If it's red on screen, then you need it. If it's not, then, well, guess what? Then either you let them know, you either email them first before you submit the application, says, hey, listen, I don't have a passport number, whatever it is, I'm going to apply for one. You do need a passport number. Why? Because if you're applying for another card, you're applying for going to a different country. You need a passport number. There's no way you're going to say, I don't have a passport number, I want the card. No, you have to have a passport. Which country was it? If you have a Pakistani passport, that works. Even if it's expired, that works as well. That as long as you have a passport number, it's going to work. The country, the issue date, expiration date, everything's going to be on the passport, obviously. Contact details, your mobile number, your email address, well, that's basic petty information. You do need that. Father's name, father's citizen number, you do need that. Just like I said, you need your mom's name, a mom's citizen number. Everything has to match what it says on the ID card. Relative information. You need two people to verify. Now, they consider relatives. I mean, if you have any friends, you could use that as well. So, for example, if you have friends in Pakistan, something like that, you could use that. I believe that they tell you you're not supposed to use your uncles, aunts, and brothers and sisters as verifier. But let's say, for example, you don't know anyone, and this is the last resort. Yeah, you could put them then if you have no one obviously over there. Marital status: if you're married or unmarried, male. If you have any identification mark, are you a twin sibling? Or is an AACK residential status? What's your religion? Obviously, native language, your date of birth. You need all that information. Verify 1 contact number. Verify 2 contact number. Profession: if you're unemployed. Qualification: if you have any. These are some data acquisition forms and everything. I will show you in the next video, hopefully. The data acquisition form is a fingerprint form. You do need to get fingerprinted. Keep in mind, you can't do it without getting fingerprinted. They do need your birth certificate. They do need your foreign passport. Everything's going to be signed. As you can see over here, the father, NICOB, or Nadra number, you need it. Everything will be basically scanned and showed to them. That's what I was saying. If you don't have that, they're going to give you a hard time then. They're going to reject your application. My word of advice: when you fill all this in beforehand, take down whatever you need. I would recommend have all that information. This application doesn't have a deadline. It's not like you put it in, they give you 30 days. Not that I know of. I've seen people, fill out application. It takes longer sometimes. But if you go into a professional and you want them, you do it right then and there. They can ask you these information. You don't want to go there and waste your time. You don't have the information. You want to go there, they can do it one shot. That's it. Finished. Take the money and voila, you're done. That's how I see it as. But I'm just keep in mind this is what they want. In the data acquisition form, everything will be printed out. Make sure everything matches. Now, I give you 1 or 2 scenarios right now before I end my video. If you are applying for another ID card and you're doing modification, that's different. Keep in mind the word I'm using. This is for applying for a brand new. Let's say, for example, you're applying this for your spouse. Spouse came from Pakistan. The Nadra that she had was under her parents' name. Remember how I was telling you? So sometimes Nadra goes under, their parents' name and everything. Well, let's say, for example, she got married to you. Now she's coming back over here. Now she wants to apply for the kids. That application is going to get rejected. Why? Because her Nadra ID card was issued based on her parents. And it's going to tell in the Nadra card her father's name, mother's name, and everything. If she applies, or you as a couple apply for your kids, based on her, it's going to reject it because they're going to say that she's still living with the parents. Basically, that's what it says. You have to modify her Nadra card in order for you to do it. Now, can you still apply for it and they cannot catch it? Well, guess what? It can happen. They might not look for it, but you might be the lucky 1 in a million person that they look for it. It's like, oh, guess what? This is what it is. Now we're gonna do something about it. That's what I'm telling you. Keep in mind, modifications are different. Modification is like putting from single to married, married to single, whatever it is. That's what modification is for. You pay for another fee for that. Even though your spouse already has one, modification, if they tell you to, then you'll have to fix it. Then there's no other choice. You can't just go forward. I'm telling you based on my experience filing for other people. Otherwise, it's a simple process. It's not that difficult. That's how you apply for the ID card. The ID card will come to you. They're going to ship it from UPS or USPS, whatever they use at that moment. They'll ship it out to you. You'll get it, and that's what you'll use for visa purposes when you go into Pakistan. Other than that, that's about it. Thank you again, guys, for listening to my video, watching the slides. I know it wasn't perfect, and I will fix it on the next video to show you exactly what you need. But thank you again, guys, for watching this video. If you guys have any other questions, comment, concern about this or anything related to Nadra, let me know. I'll try my best to help you as much as possible to clarify any confusion you guys have. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.